Hello everybody, and welcome to Oxen. I am your host for the evening, Dr. Haunted. Today I bring you a video about a newly discovered SCP that was recently found on my current excursions. You may not know who I am, and you probably won't remember this video, but I would love to inform you and fellow researchers who do, if watch this, are able to be informed upon the knowledge of such things. So, let's get into this, shall we? How do I put this? Today we will be discussing SCP-8523, also known as Luminosity Meds. This SCP is a Keter class. It was written and documented by Redacted. File information that we currently have on hand, and some that I infer from my recent documentations that I have been currently doing, that has not been quite yet added to the official file yet. But let's get into this. This SCP was found and unfortunately discovered by a teenager whose name was redacted from the files. This unfortunate teenager, is no longer in accordance to the living. I am not obliged or obligated to tell you their name, and thus force I cannot. And so I will read to you what we currently have for file information. SCP-8523 is a medium to large building that appears to not have a definable date. It is made with building materials and techniques from across history, but its exact appearance changes from instance to instance. This has been documented recently by my findings through some unfortunate events to some people that have unfortunately stumbled upon, or shall I say, it stumbled upon them. And the appearance will shift and alter slightly from every instance that appears to manifest to one subject at a time. With that, SCP-8523, within it, are medications from a variety of times in history. The building has a sign on the door reading "Doctor Prescription to enter." The building itself has very little anomalous properties. But when a person who follows the specific conditions has a relationship, devastating argument, or has a massive fight that has ended a friendship/relationship, SCP-8523 will choose a victim with those conditions, which we now designate the victim as SCP-8523-C instance. The -C instance will find a long strip of road and walk for a minimum of 30 minutes. The maximum has yet to be determined. And when aforementioned time has been completed, the SCP-8523-C instance will bump into the building of said SCP, which is now designated as SCP-8523-A. Give me a moment to read over further. Alright, excuse me for that. Let me find where I left off for a moment. Alright. After bumping into the building, the building of SCP-8523, which, as I mentioned, is designated now as SCP-8523-A, they will stand in front of the building for a random period of time that will, with no matter the means. Oh, excuse me. In front of the building for a random... Oh, excuse me, there was a fire agent who was trying to call me. They will stand outside the building for a random period of time, and will, no matter the means, gain a letter via email, physical letter, rarely audibly or other means, will receive a message that confirms they should come in. The letter words can vary slightly, but will persist till SCP-8523-C enters SCP-8523-A. and to which the next event will occur. I wish to go back over some previously information, as I may have stuttered a little bit. I'm still a little bit nerve-wracked from the unfortunate events that have happened currently. This anomaly was originally designated as Euclid, or safe originally, as it had no apparent negative or dangerous qualities. That was changed until this event that happens next. But first, I would like to go over the appearance, or general shape of SCP-8523-A. 8523-A appears to be a building of unknown make, and no discernible correlations to any buildings in history, period. Though some people have linked it to a pharmaceutical company that I'm not allowed to mention due to copyright infringement. Tests and claims of this have come back inconclusive and some negative, as the said materials appear to be both new and old. Parts of the building appear to be manufactured from newer materials, while other parts of the building appear to be derived from materials back in the late 18th century, around when the first houses were being built in the medieval century, some being made from buildings that are not even correlated to a storefront as a warehouse and other locations. But no actual location has been discerned and been able to find any direct correlation between materials. This being said, let's move on to the event in question. Frighthawk's event. This event was the first of, well, I do not believe this is the one I'm thinking of, for there is a few events that are quite unfortunate, to say the least. The Frighthawk's event, when SCP-8523-C enters the 8523-A instance, which then the 8523-C will begin getting a feeling they are actively being watched, or that something knows its exact position always, leading to the feeling of paranoia and dread. After a time between 5 to 20 minutes of being within the store, they will attempt to leave 8523-A, which then a voice near the back of the store will clear its throat, making 8523-C freeze in place. The voice will then say to them, the words may vary, but this is what we have recorded so far based on the recording equipment that we have so far gotten. Come here, I'm glad you have gotten my message. You are redacted. The SCP-8523-C will then go back deeper, meeting with it, with now what is designated as SCP-8523-B, also known as Dr. Jameson. This name has no prior or records to any living being that matches the SCP-B appearance, leading to us to confirm that SCP-8523-B is not human, which was later confirmed in a test document that was called Redacted. The SCP-8523-C will talk with 8523-B for a period of time that is undefined. This will lead to 8523 feeling more and more unease, and of which the -C will try and either politely ask to leave or get up and run. SCP-8523-B will talk about a drug now designated as SCP-8523-1, and which will become terrified. The drug, which is named Apotheosis, which is no longer permitted to ingest or use for human testing. Our next event, which is the reason why, that exact reason, we do not test it anymore. Helix Torrent Event. This is when SCP-8523-C ingests 8523-1, and which will become terrified of dark corners, being alone in a room, and small spaces, this of which will cause SCP-8523-C to ask for relocation to or a wider open space, which leads to this event's occurrence. The 8523-C will then claim, once in a longer or larger area, such as a large room or long hallway, that they see an entity that looks similar in appearance to the -B, but distorted and wrong, now classified as 8523-B-1. The SCP-B-1 instance will attempt to harm -C, which in 90% of cases will end in a fatality. No other personnel have been able to see the -B-1 instance so far. This is all we have currently in the documented files, though that is not all that I have, for I have recently been coming to some new information from testing that I've done based on my own priors and some orders directly from my superiors, which I am not liable to discuss of, but I have been informed that the -B-1 instance is been known to track down their enemy or prey in this sense for an undetermined amount of time. I would like to mention this scenario, for we have a story based on a boy who I cannot disclose the name of, what is no longer with us sadly, but had somehow managed to contact our Foundation. This led to a call that ensued that I am not at liberty to discuss directly, but I will give a quick synopsis of what had happened, and I will paraphrase parts of the conversation. It started with, as such, from the director and our agent, Miss Collin. Miss Collin answered the call, as always. Hello, I am so-and-so and so. What is your issue? This is the SCP Responder Force. The boy then responded with, hello? Yes, I need help. I think I'm being followed. I think I saw an anomaly. Miss Collins chuckled slightly, as no person who could contact the current line would say something in such a low tone or childish voice, and also have the ability to contact them with that such thing. This later was proven that he was correct, and was our first found condition of what we now call the Hunter event. The Hunter event, which is documented of this exact conversation. I will now respond, or recite what I can from this. Some information has been redacted, and some information I am not at liberty to say. But this is how it went. Hello, this is Miss Collins from the SCP Foundation Responder Force. How can I help you? Yes, I think I ran into something anomalous. An SCP, I think, was that what you call it? It's not right. It's called, Luminosity Meds, I think. I'm not sure, but I'm really concerned that I think I might be in danger. Can you please help me? I'm sorry. Is this one from someone from the task force Delta? I understand that you may be feeling a little bit tense from your current mission, but it is not permissible to joke and prank call the responder force. Ma'am, I don't know who that is, but I really need help. Can you, I don't know, send someone or help? I think that there's something following me, or I'm being watched. Please. I'm sorry. What is your name? My name is...
Redacted.
And I just had a discussion or an argument with a friend of mine, and I thought I was really mad at them, and she was being really mean to me. But I don't mean it, anything that I said to her. But then this store appeared to me. I bumped into it, and when I went inside, this guy was inside, and he was so eerie. I don't know how to describe besides wrong. And then I left with this vial of liquid, but I don't know what it is. But please help. All right, can you please describe the building front and the man? The building was old, decrepit a little bit, was white washed, but had some old gray peeking through of old gray bricks. The inside had a variety of different medications that I remembered from history class, as well as the storefront saying Luminosity Meds, and also adding that there was what was it? Uh, doctor prescription to enter only. And then I got 3 texts from an unknown email that I don't recognize, and I can't access it now. Please, that's all that I know. All right, please stay calm. Are you able to get somewhere secure, Mister?
Redacted.
Yeah. I can try. So, okay, I found myself there. I'm in an alleyway looking around. There's only one way in, and there's I don't think there's a way out. There's just a hole in the wall over there. Please, are you able to send somebody? Please, try to remain calm. We are not able to send out a task force to anybody unless we have diligent confirmation of such things. So please do refrain. Okay, sorry, I'm sorry, but please help. Oh God, what is? Oh no! Please, what are you experiencing? Please describe. It's the doctor, but he's wrong. He's tall and distorted. He has a shadow over his face, but his irises are just pure white glowing. He has this distended jaw full of razor-sharp teeth, long arms, and sharp fingernails. I think he's staring at me. Oh God, he's coming for me. I have to run. Sir, please, find a place you can hide. The task force is on their way. Alright. So, alright, the task force is on its way. It will be arriving in approximately 20 minutes. Are you able to hold up till then? I could try. I'm in a little hole in the wall that I found. You can't see. You can't see. It's right outside the wall. You can see its feet. It's terrible. All right, sir. Please do try to remain calm. Sorry. At this point in time, we no longer have records of the rest of this call. Though this were some... How do we respond? Let me see if I can find it. Here it was. It looked like the doctor, but wrong, tall, distorted, had long arms and legs, a way too wide jaw, stark white sclera that can't even have a shadow on it, and pure black pupils. Its teeth are sharp and such. Let me see. There was more to this, but I cannot explain further. But that was what we have on the Hunter event. If the said subject or victim, the -B instance, is too scared, able, or such to ingest the liquid they were given after a period of time and are suspicious of such liquid, the Hunter event will occur, in which the -B-1 instance will go after them actively, even though they have not ingested the 8523-1 instance. Sadly, first responders were not able to help the boy, and his body was recovered, the Foundation was not able to find any traces of said B-1 instance, though there were finger-painted blood writing over the hole that had a I symbol and the words, "This is what happens when you don't accept my gift," written crudely in blood. Further on, any occurrence of random building manifestation further on, and all testing of such has been discontinued entirely. If you experience an unfortunate event with a loved one, family member, friend, or relationship partner, I recommend you make your way or stay within your building and try to gnaw away or push away the thoughts of dread. We have been able to test and confirm that the 8523-1 instance's effects will only last for approximately 8.5 hours before slowly subsiding over 2 hours, leaving them completely unaffected after 10 hours in total. This was what we had on file, though there was some recent information added to the official file, but it is currently still pending and I do not have it. But this is what I have on SCP-8523, aka Luminosity Meds. If you want to see more content like this, go in the description, like, comment about what you want to see next, what I should research on, what should I talk about. Until then, thank you for watching Erroxxy. Peace out, my fellow researchers, and I hope to see you in the next entry. Goodbye.